Hi, and welcome back to Aklilu Real Estate. Thanks for tuning in again. Today, I'm going to be answering the question, what are some things that a prospective buyer can do to improve their credit scores when planning to get home loan financing? So, what are some things that a buyer or prospective buyer can do to improve their credit scores so that they can get the best possible loan and financing? Some of the things that prospective buyer can do, first and foremost, is get in touch with a professional, such as myself or a mortgage consultant or loan officer. I strongly suggest that is the very first step to do. And the reason is, with a mortgage consultant or loan officer, you can obtain a credit report, but it won't be just a consumer credit report, it will be a commercial report. And in doing so, you can really go through it, figure out what's accurate and inaccurate. Is there anything that is incorrect? Is there anything that is in dispute or needs to be disputed? So those things are first and foremost. Some other things that you can do, you can speak with that person and figure out what type of a loan are you going to be getting. Are you going conventional or Fannie or Freddie loan? Because those are credit score driven loans where you're putting 5% down or 10% down or whatever it may be, but they really put a lot of emphasis on credit scores. And if you're going FHA, they're not as credit score driven, but they do come with a caveat, which is there's going to be mortgage insurance. So even if you put 20% down, you still have to pay mortgage insurance on FHA. Not the case with a Fannie loan. Anyways, I don't want to delve into the loans or the intricacies of the loan so much. It's important though to get an understanding of what is it that you're doing, because are you buying for the first time? Is this a second property, a third property? Is it a second home? Is it an investment property? Those things are going to determine what type of a loan you're going to get. With an investment property, you'll have to put down a bigger down payment, whereas with a primary first property, that won't be the case. So some of the other things that you could do to prepare is speak with someone like myself, with that mortgage consultant, or with the mortgage loan officer and lender, so that you can determine what are your scores. What are the scores that you need in order to figure out what tier you fall into. So that way you can work towards maybe getting to that point before you want to make the purchase. The other thing is in communicating with someone like myself, or again with the loan officer or with a mortgage consultant, you can stay kind of in the know. Lenders are constantly changing and evolving their programs that say 8 months ago you might have not been able to get the loan with that circumstance you were in. You could be in that same circumstance now, maybe for one reason or another, demand or supply, or maybe the secondary market, or maybe rates, Fed funds rates, etc. There's all kinds of little variables, but banks sort of are evolving and changing, and sort of they might be lessening or tightening their standards for that type of a loan. So it's good to know kind of where you're at that current time and what you can do. Something else also that's important is to review your history, your trade line history, and sometimes people think closing old trade lines is good or smart or may help them with their credit. Actually, it's not a good idea a lot of times until you make sure that that trade line looks good. So a lot of times you want to look at what your limits are, and to what amounts and percentage you got close to. So those are just some of the things that you can do to start managing your credit history. Because again, ideally the bureaus, they're looking to reward people who manage their credit more responsibly. And there's things that you can do, maybe finagle or tweak with maybe suggestions and insight from those mortgage folks, or someone like myself too, that can help you. So that being said, I hope this was somewhat helpful to answer that question. There's more. Again, I emphasize the speaking with a loan officer or a mortgage consultant, because they also sometimes, depending on which lender that you're talking to, have some really cool resources where they can literally run something that is tied directly into the bureaus, and it can tell you what you need to do to increase your score by, say, 30 points or by 50 points. So those are some of the things, and I hope that answers your question. Thanks for tuning in again. I'll be in touch with you. Okay, thank you.